Good morning to everybody, and thank you for joining this second session of the year, webinar session. And today we have a lot of important points to share and discuss because the product suite it's growing, and now it's very wide and include also some new devices for several different use cases. So this is the agenda. Today's agenda include the Mago Room version 5.5 that it's almost ready, and we will officially showcase at Infocom 2023 in Orlando this mid-June. And thanks to the end user's voice and also partners, we have added a lot of features and polishing in terms of UI UX. That is the most important mission that we have in order to make this project a success, because the voice of customers, it's something that we have to keep in mind in every day of discussion with end users. So regarding the certification of new devices, I mean, for Mago Room, we have several new machines, new vendors that are now certified. And also we will touch the admin console V2 discussion that is it's a new console available for the management and for the partners that want to offer meeting room as a service. Another focus is on Mago apps and controllers, so that now are in the second version, second generation, and all-in-one system. So we talk about the Mago personal room device, a new 27-inch device powered by New Line Interactive, Mago Board 21/9 with Jupyter, and the Mago Room for Android boards. We have a strong development on this. Regarding new technologies, we will talk about the Mago Link and Mago Cast technologies that are a new way to cast, or I say beyond the cast, because we have also co-author mode and also one-to-many. So Mago Cast is a technology for broadcasting and offloading the network connection during large meetings. Then we have offering for Mago for Edu, and some information regarding Infocom 2023 that for us is the first trade show where we are present with our dedicated booth. Query and answer session. So since we have new partners joining to this session for the first time, I'm happy to just make a quick introduction about Mago technology, formerly named Valeria. For someone of you, I remember that the solution at IEC 2023 was completely renamed. So now Mago is the suite that includes Mago Room, Mago Link, Mago Cast, and all the technology around the best way for collaboration and making simplicity inside a meeting room. So again, in 2023, the average for starting a meeting is too high. So more than 12 minutes for just presenting a content or going online in a video conferencing, because there are a lot of barriers. And that's why we have decided to release Mago Link technology. So you will see how it's easy and fast, dongle-less, no software, it's just magic, a way to cast and open application on a secure way on a big screen of your meeting room. And the trends is confirming that there is a request now on interactive whiteboard. Interactive whiteboard introduce some issue, some question on customer side regarding the privacy of the data that are discussed and dragged inside the whiteboard. And since there is multi-video conferencing, one tap to join experience, and each video conferencing offer a whiteboard platform, customers complain about the losing control of the data and the insight inside this type of platform. So we will touch also this aspect. So the full ecosystem that we will drill down today in our webinar is composed by Mago Room, that is software that you can run on certified hardware, and you solve one tap to join experience inside the meeting room, multiple video conferencing provider support, whiteboarding, dual screen, and also large wall for brainstorming or 21:9 collaboration board. Around of this, we have remote people that today just join in video conferencing, and sometime they ask for more, for having a meeting equity, so for having interaction not only in the whiteboard but also in application. And then we have a lot of tools and devices that complexity sometime, but are also covering the habits radicated inside the human factor, and it's important to avoiding to remove and change technology during this phase. So adding new technology, we need to preserve the habits and find other ways for promoting or adding more easy to use technologies. On the right side, we have a room booking integration and analytics and management that is growing. There is a lot of interest on these technologies for better control on large installation of the solution. So the Mago Room software, it's self-installing Mago Link, Mago Launcher, and Mago Workspace. So with one single perpetual license on top of Windows 10 or Windows 11 today certified device, you get this experience in 5 minutes after the download. So you have a secure kiosk connected to the room resource, and you can decide to use Google or Microsoft 365 or Exchange on-prem. Sometimes we have customers that have this type of deployment. And immediately, without no license, no subscription, you are able to support 20 video conferencing system with one tap to join. And if end customers want to have a Meet Now functionality, they add a license as a VC client that they want to support in this functionality. Currently, we support Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, and WebEx with Meet Now. Regarding the Secure Kiosk Launcher, I remember that every application that runs on the Mago Room device runs with the least privilege, and there is a zero footprint in terms of issue regarding security. So we have a very, very strong commitment on this in order to protect data in transit, and also avoiding tampering and end users that manage in a bad way the system. So regarding the Mago Link is our QR code, and you will see a six-digit code on it, and it's a way to open application and cast, and we will check together this functionality in a quick demo. On the right side, we have Mago Workspace that now it's very, very important part of our ecosystem, because it's just the beginning for starting in a secure way to use an easy canvas for presenting content, creating new ideas, and is not for power users. So it's for presenting application, and also for having video conferencing side by side, so inside the unique application for an easy start of the video conferencing. We can offer on-prem or private cloud and Microsoft Azure deployment, and this solves the issue of the security, because the data and the control of the data inside the whiteboarding are in the private spaces of the customers, are not shared with any VC conferencing or with us. Regarding workspace, we have a lot of news. The web app now is in version 2, so it's more mature. We have almost aligned with the full desktop client or mobile apps, so all the objects are supported. Starting from the UI UX simplicity. So talking with end customers, even if our UI is easy to use, for some users there is a barrier. When you have more than one button, it's difficult to choose which one for some users. And talking with end customers, we have activated a new modality that is optional. Of course, you can continue to use the standard UI with the 4 buttons and the calendar, or just showcasing the meeting that is ready to start. And no QR code on the external screen, so it's hidden. You can just press a button when the meeting is ready to start. And this is very helping for some users, because there is just one action that they can do. No whiteboard, no wireless presentation, nothing happen until you press start. And starting this session, then you can have all the functionality like screen sharing, mic on, off, camera, and application and whiteboarding inside the session. Another important part is the way to showcase this single session, even if you have multiple appointments, and then you guarantee privacy because you showcase only the next event. And of course, if you have the touch controller or interactive screen, depending on the policy, you are able also to start an instant meeting from the controller before the timing that you set in the policy for locking the meeting and avoiding an instant meeting 10 minutes before a meeting. So to set this configuration and the list of the numbers of the badges that you can see, you have a new setting under calendar, and you have maximum number of meeting visible in the UI. I set to 1, but you can set 2, 3, 5, 10, all. And on the other side, if you want to disable instant meeting when the room is booked and the meeting is ready to start, depending on the policy, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before, then we also hide in the controller a way to start an instant meeting. So you can set both or one of these. And if you set both, you have on the main external screen the one tap to join on the meeting ready to start, and the same on the controller, touch controller of the meeting room device. Talking about new features, so in Mago Workspace, we have added on all platforms, including web browser, iOS, Android, and also FAT client and Mago Room, a way to drag and drop Office file without the need to install Office on the device. So we convert on the fly into the PDF, and then no need to install the license of the Office. Then we have released the web app version 2. I show you some news on this. And of course, the ETA is June of this year. So for Infocom, all of these features are generally available. Maybe that you can access in the fast channel and see the preliminary version of this functionality that we are releasing now. Then, since we are starting to have a lot of customers that use our connected whiteboard experience, our built-in 1080p Full HD video conferencing side by side inside the canvas. It's on the right of the screen, and you have side by side mode. Or if you unpin, you can drag like in the previous version. And regarding the recaps, now if you book a session and you have your guest, when you end the whiteboard, automatically you can have the pre-populated mail list into the recap. No need to search contact or add contact manually. Or if you want to add from your GAL, of course, you can tap and search and add for more contacts with lookup search directly into the recap functionality. So it's more easy to send a PDF at the end of the session. Just a quick demo of the web app. So I'm in the development environment. You see here that I can join as a guest, and when I see the ID and PIN on the workspace, just clicking here, I'm adding my name and workspace ID and access code, or I can enter with my account as moderator, and I can join to my workspaces or create a new workspaces directly from the web app. Joining, just tapping on the name of the workspace, I'm inside the workspace, and you see that our workspace is also supporting the 3D object. And mixed reality, of course, if you connect your device, you can also interact with the measurement. And this is good because end customers understand the value of the workspace and the functionality from this type of cool feature. Another functionality is the way to copy to clipboard and send to the chat, and then you can join from web app without installing an application, or sending to room. So this functionality is a way to send to the Mago link on the room, and then tapping send to the room, you can connect and continue on your whiteboard inside the room. Some polishing on the UI, and also drag and drop from the file system. So imagine that I have my folder here, and I want to drag and drop this Word or PowerPoint. Just drag and dropping, I'm able now to see in a moment the conversion of this file inside our whiteboard. Loading asset, please wait. Okay, now the asset is ready, and here we go. Now we have our PowerPoint. Double tapping on the object, I'm able also to change and annotate over the object, like in the mobile apps. So I think that it's a unique feature today in the web app in JavaScript that support the annotation on different pages and keeping the reference. So this is very new feature. On the other side, we have a way also to add multimedia URL, an example URL from YouTube or any web pages. You can manage post-it, text box, add file from file system, and then changing also adding new pages or changing the background, adding also template or just colors. So this is just a quick preview of the web app. All right, so coming back to our presentation. This feature is requested from some users that have external screen and single screen external and touch controller, and they want to use chat and raise hand and also control of the Teams desktop on the controller. So we are working on this optional that you can activate when you install Teams desktop client. You can enable PIP mode on touch controller. And we received it from different countries, this type of request, and we have decided to add in the next 5.5 build. Regarding the new certified devices, we have now not only Lenovo family, but we have added the HP Elite Mini Desk 400, 600, and 800 G9, and it's very powerful family of HP that support Windows 10 and Windows 11, and is ready to use. Just downloading Mago Room, you can install and enjoy. And very recently, we had certified the kit of VIA-Link, including the PC unit and touch controller on IP. It's now available on our knowledge base under requirements section, and you can see the full device is ready and certified. So on our knowledgebase.mago.io hardware and OS, you see all the devices here, and on some devices you see also the firmware version. An example on tap USB or with Cat5, we suggest to install this firmware because there are some issue in this type of devices. And again, it's very important to offer a premium support to the end users to have certified devices in order to have no problem with memory and no problem in support, because we can make an escalation to the vendor. Jumping back on the presentation. Mago Link and Mago Cast. So Mago Link, it's the easiest way to cast the content. So just seeing Mago Link QR code and adding the 6-digit on the QR code, you are able to screen share your Mac or your PC through browser. So no software, no dongle. And also, if your guest is coming in tethering in external network, they are able to present a stream of the device in a secure way on your screen. So it's network independent and no hassle. Sometimes 5 to 10 minutes are lost just only for connecting dongle or for installing software that is not every time working for several reasons. Regarding the co-authoring, so if you install an example, our iOS or Android app, you are also able to open your file from your OneDrive or Google Drive directly on the main screen, and you can absolutely present your file and edit file without moving on the USB key and without moving from the original source. So it's a very secure way. So just a parenthesis, Mago Link will be also available from June in 2 versions without Mago Room. As a receiver, you can install on Windows 10 OS or Windows Android devices. I mean, whiteboarding, example, we are working with several players for having our QR code on the whiteboarding, and then you can open your Office file and interact with your Office 365 or Google Workspace directly with the support of the touch screen. Or video bar. So we have here an example of MaxUp video bar. We are working on 3 models of this device, and in this case, buying this type of the hardware, then you have the free casting and free co-authoring solution. Before to talk about MagoCast, I want to show you live the experience. So now I have a QR code on our screen, and opening my browser and adding the code of Mago Link P8C and pressing connect. I'm now connected to the main screen. Doesn't matter which network I am, and I can paste here or join with ID of Teams, Google Meet, WebEx, and Zoom, and starting my session on the screen, or jumping back, I can tap screen sharing, and now I can select Chrome tab with audio, window, or entire screen. Tapping on the entire screen, my session now is starting on external screen. Now maybe there is a loop of microphone loading, and now we are live. So now we have my Macintosh on external screen. Now stopping screen sharing is immediately stopped and ready for another session. This is one-to-one, and this is through the browser. Imagine that I want to use the same with my mobile phone. I have the blue button for connecting my phone or my tablet to the QR code, is already connected now. And I can present and collaborate. And now you see that we have files, so my local file system of the phone, OneDrive, Google Drive. And you can install also this app on Windows 10, Windows 11 PC, because we have the client. And imagine that now I want to open OneDrive files, my files, and I can open Mago V5.5 presentation. I have two choices, present or collaborate. Present is just full screen of the presentation, and I can interact with my presentation with the track mouse on my phone, or collaborate is sending an authenticated link to the meeting room, and when the link is opened on the screen, I have now a way to control and share with remote people and co-author with the presentation. So now I can use also in a 4G network my track mouse for starting my presentation or editing my presentation. And if the screen is touchscreen, I can swipe and touch and annotate with pen natively in my files. So now tapping on the arrow, I'm able to continue my presentation back and forth. Or if I press share button, I can send this link via chat, via Teams, via WhatsApp, and remote people can join to the same file in co-author mode, because this session is valid until I press end collaboration. Pressing end collaboration, file is destroyed because it's not saved on the system, is sandboxed inside the browser. And this is another way to use the Mago Link technology. And Mago Link free, so on the receiver without the launcher, offer a way to use also the free app forever for presenting content. So there is no need to pay any license for this functionality. Ending meeting and disconnect. Okay. Now, talking about MagoCast. MagoCast is a separate technology that use the same protocol of MagoLink, but is for one-to-many. So it's a way to wireless screen share. Imagine that we are in a university or big training room with 100 or 200 people. Of course, with the video conferencing, you can start screen share, but the problem is the bandwidth, because each device connect and maybe keep 1 megabit more or less for downstream for receiving the from the cloud the session. And if you have multiple session or multiple participant attendees on this session, you have a problem with network bandwidth. So providing a small server with Dockers, with MagoCast, you can offload the one, and then you can expose eventually for remote people for seeing live the stream. And it's very easy, it's configurable. So now in the beta program is on magocast.com, but it's not for production. Imagine that I want to create also the link for the next session. I can create a magocast.com/name of the session and send before the session. Now I just created on our live a demo, and I can send in chat, and you can see an example on. I want to share this screen. Here we go. magocast.com, and as a guest I have to join with ID or starting broadcast, because I'm the host. I'm creating broadcast, and now I decide to share my entire screen like MagoLink. Okay, now the broadcast is live, and if I tap here, you can use your phone for joining this session, or going to magocast.com, you can add this code, or I can just copy into the chat, and then you can try to join. So now I'm copying in the chat, and I see how many people are joining. Now I see one on the same session. So no need to install any app on the device, and is less than 0.5 second the latency. So it's very fast, and you can zoom and annotate. Of course, if you have our app, there is also an integration for having the recap of the meeting, the broadcast recording with picture-in-picture of the teacher, of the trainer, and again, you can provide also the PDF of the session. So with 3 parts, we are completing the meeting recaps. So the installation of this server is very easy, because it's just a configuration, and it's 10 minutes after the network configuration, and ready to go. Okay, so now I'm ending this broadcast. MagoCast will be available from June of this year. Is a dedicated SKU you can buy for 100, 200, 500, 1000, and more concurrent viewers or hosts. Admin Console V2. So since we have a lot of partners that are asking a way to see live how many meetings are in progress, and some drill down on the meeting rooms, especially if you want to manage a meeting for your customers, you have a dashboard, and with the dashboard in map view, you can see in real time some KPIs. Or if you want early in the morning, before to providing service to your meeting room of your organization, you can have a dashboard for control room with all the screen, and you see if are green or not green. You see live all the meeting rooms, of course, that are not in a meeting, joining the meeting, but you see if there are pop-up on the screen. So it's automatically screenshotting at scheduled time for having a quick view on all the deployed meeting room environment. And since we are working with Platinum partners that are joining to this early adopter program, we are collecting more information regarding the meeting data insight, including a way to delegate part of the organization, of the meeting room of the organization, to an outsourcer. So in this way, we will provide also this functionality. Regarding the meeting room KPI, I have here an example. Adding a sensor inside the meeting room, a small sensor, we can collect noise monitoring real time and having more data for providing during the booking of the meeting room an eyes on this type of issue that sometimes happen for external factor. An example, here in the new office in Milano, we have the wall that are not isolated or well designed, and we heard voice and shouting sometime of people outside our organization. And in this case, monitoring inside, we have an idea of the noise level, and there are some regulation regarding this level, and we can talk with the property and say, okay, so for the regulation in Italy, the maximum dB is 55, and I have as baseline as 62. It's not good, so I'm paying for this service. I pretend to have my quiet environment, and please provide a solution. Otherwise, I have to increase the volume and I create more noise on this environment, especially in the shared space with private offices, and creating a very, very bad situation. So talking with this property, we are now piloting this, and we found a very great sensor for identifying this type of metrics, and also for crowd detect. So it's, if the sensor is positioned at the close to the door, we can also count people without using the camera base. So, and in this case, we know the capacity of the room, and of course, we can continue also to use on the Jabra Panacast or Adley or the product that we support with the camera base. The certified device that support vPro are welcome to our admin V2 for remote control, power on, power off through this technology. So vPro is a way, secure way to control remotely the device. And in this console, we'll introduce also this way for management of the meeting rooms devices. Mago apps and controller. So controller, I mean Mago app controller that is available for iOS and Android. Talking with our customers that are using our workspace, we have decided together to develop the personal notes. So it's a way to add rich text and screenshot and annotation in a personal notes, and using also offline and sharing as PDF. So it's very, very easy. Imagine that I'm entering in my session, and during my training, I want to add a personal note. So we have a small icon. Instead of a new page, we have also a message. You want to add new page or new personal note, or just directly here, I'm adding personal notes. And I can add with plus a blank page, but I can see the live because I have a slider here, and I have a way to see live session without losing the session of the trainer. And I can tap also on the screenshot. So now I have a screenshot, and I can annotate drawing or with rich text on my personal notes. So this is also available for exporting as PDF, and I can also access in offline when the meeting is ended. Closing the workspace, I have here my members and also open personal notes. So I can join also later on my personal notes. This is available for Android and iOS for now. Will be pushed in the next update on the App Store. Wireless touch controller. Here we have our wireless touch controller running on the iPad. 1 second, I want to connect to our meeting room device, and we have the same functionality of the wired touch screen. So we have added also a way to extend and receiving the notification pop-up and the QR code, to show QR code or to hide QR code from the wireless touch controller. So now is aligned with the wired. And we have a lot of customers that love this type of device inside the meeting room, maybe as primary or second touch controller, because if you want to leave a wired touch controller and having also wireless, because it's a big room, you can add also on top of your wired installation a wireless controller. So for the boarding room, it's a good option. The application is free and is a Mago Room controller inside the store, and is available into the Apple Store, Android Play Store, and Harmony OS Play Store, that is Huawei. Now, talking about the all-in-one systems. So we have also identified some use cases for selling product for collaboration that are well integrated with our ecosystem. And customers are sending us precious feedback, especially for the personal spaces and shared spaces where it's very difficult to use devices in a secure way, or limited only for Teams, an example, or for Cisco or for Zoom. So in this case, we have introduced the personal room system that is ideal for lobbies, for business hotels, for shared spaces like here in EWG, we're using the phone booth. So I can enter, scan QR code, and start my session without draining my battery on my phone, and charging with the USB-C directly from the screen. And it's a 4K camera integrated with 8 microphone array, Windows 11 powered, and active pen with pressure control and our workspace support. So it's also possible in the personal offices to be used as a second screen with USB-C or HDMI for connecting Macintosh or PC or USB-C device, also iPad, an example. And for keeping easy to use device with personal calendar. Imagine my director want to use this connected to the personal calendar, and when the accountant add the meetings for him in the personal calendar, or he is adding into the mobile phone, automatically is added also in the personal room. Just tapping, you have the full experience of the meeting room device. And with 3 fingers, you can swipe up and access to Windows 11 operating system, or you can block and use as kiosk mode, exactly like in the meeting room for shared spaces. So this is provided by a bundle of our distributors. How it works. So there is the display of New Line Flex, and also the SDM module, that is this module that is available in i5 and i7, 11 Gen and 12 Gen, for having also a drive, 16 gigabytes of memory. It's very fast, and you can have this type of experience just powering on and installing the software. Regarding Mago Room for Android board and VC bar, here we're working on the MaxHub integration of the Mago Link technology, but we are also thinking to release our UI UX for Android. And in the meantime, we have successfully tested our Mago Link technology on the built-in operating system of third-party launcher. Here we have Huawei Idea Hub Pro. But we tested also on several other manufacturers. So we are working for June for presenting this type of experience without having the OPS or the external PC for having this type of interaction, including our workspace, because you have the free Mago link for presenting content and casting your PC or Mac, but you are also able to transfer your workspace and use pen and ink for having access to your workspaces, including the built-in video conferencing that is side by side with the canvas. Another device available in distribution is 81 or 105 inch, is Mago and Jupyter bundle, is Mago collaboration board. We call Mago collaboration board, and we won the awards at ISE of this year in end of January as best collaboration system for 21x9. As you know, 21x9 was born just for an accident, because the Microsoft created the concept of front row that is designed for video conferencing passive screen, but now the cost of these devices and the delivery of these devices justify more than the video conferencing only that is available. Of course, you can have multi-video conferencing on the screen, and you can have also interactive whiteboard functionality and screen sharing presentation. So it's a very, very powerful device, and it's sacrificed only for video conferencing. For us, it's not a good option. And we tested on Teams in full screen, so it's good for immersive video conferencing because you have a big spanned participant on the screen. We tested also with Zoom, so with natively Zoom, so we have the SDK integrated, and also with WebEx and Google Meet. So this solution supports all the video conferencing provider integrated in our platform. So the UI is spanned on 21x9, specifically designed for this type of solution. Mago for Edu. So Mago for Edu, it's a new offering. I have a dedicated presentation. It's a new offering of our solution for education. Since we have analyzed that more than 90–70% of the installation of the interactive screen is in education, we want to be a part of this ecosystem, and we have decided to upgrade the class and not transform, because each class have a lot of application installed into their classroom devices, and sometimes adding launcher is not a good idea, because you are forcing or changing habits of teachers that already acquired the habits. So an easy way to enter in this space is to provide Mago Link free, installed on the classroom device, and offering MagoCast for Education as a server that you can put in the classroom from one-to-many screen sharing, and our Mago workspace through the Mago apps for having personal notes and a platform for better presentation inside the classroom. And since Mago Link works also on the passive screen, teachers are able to use personal devices to lead the training and the lessons from the personal devices. So they can pair with projector, interactive screen, or using personal device for creating lessons, including link of Google Classroom or Microsoft application for Edu. So it's a way to use this technology into the school. So no launcher, supporting Windows 10, Windows 11, no dongle, present and collaborate forever free. They can connect scanning QR code, Box, Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive. They can transfer and open other applications. Here some example of Miro, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Google Workspace, and is network independent. So it's an easy way to support the education sector. And on the right side, students are able to follow the lessons, and who is driving the lessons, so the teacher is also keeping all the students on the same page of the lesson. So there is no way to losing student on other application, because if you put in full screen in lesson mode, you can present and eventually you can add your personal notes if you have this permission enabled. MagoCast is also a good option for education, because we received from university, especially in the large room, this need to have on the device more readable content or zoomable, because sometimes even the big screen is too far to see the details of the lessons. In this case, MagoCast is an option for education, available on-prem. And for New Line, we have a special bundle offering 1 year free of the full solution for education, combined with the hardware of New Line. Of course, Mago Workspace is part of this offering, and in education we support also DICOM image, so you can drag and drop radiography, or you can also drag and drop notebook file and we convert on the fly, or Promethean files or EWB files, exactly like you're doing with the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. New Line is offering, together with us, a Mago classroom device for schools that have budget for having a dedicated classroom device connected to the external screen or projector, and having this device as a personal classroom device or shared device for classroom for the premium training, because you can use the pen on the screen and interact and annotate during the live lessons. Okay, so Edu version. Before to close this session and enter in the query and answer, as per my introduction, we have Infocom booth in front of Cisco booth. So, and the event is 14 to 16 June, and all of this functionality plus more not yet announced functionality are available at our stand. And we have created 3 areas in our stand. One is for personal and shared spaces. We will host a New Line technologies and Jabra. On the center, we will have Jupyter with Mago collaboration board software and Jabra Panacas 50. And on the right, we have the UCC corner with several devices, including the new devices of Yalink, MaxHub, and more. So this is an important event for us because now we have also well established our branch in US, in Florida, and also in California. All right, so I think that we touched all the aspects of the news. For any information, you can contact us at infocom@remago.com. And now I'm happy to answer if you have a question regarding the presentation of today's webinar. Okay, I have two questions. One is, what is the license model for webinar and when it will be launched? You mean MagoCast. MagoCast is not technology for webinar, it's for live broadcast stream. You can use as webinar platform, but is intended for one-to-many, and will be generally available and announced officially at Infocom. So mid-June, you can have access to this technology. And we already have created a price list model, so we are already available to our partners to start this discussion and sharing MagoCast pricing for education and MagoCast pricing for enterprise. Okay, will there be a way to extract the admin console data in a PDF JPEG format? Regarding the analytics, no. When we launch in the admin V2 the reporting, yes, you have multiple ways to extract this. Is in roadmap. Admin V2 will be showcased in a preliminary version at Infocom, but is not generally available in June. Maybe this autumn is generally available. We are working on it. Will there be a website version of a Mago link if there are one-day users who don't want to download the app? It's already available. So magolink.com, and you put the QR code, and is available today. So this is available with the version 5, and it's not requiring license, and you can just add the 6-digit code and use. I mean MagoLink. When will the Android beta be available? Maybe before Infocom. We have preliminary partners now that already have the APK, so we are testing on several devices, because the idea is to install on lockdown version of Video Bar, and sometimes they are missing some libraries of Android, so this is the job that we're doing now. But we have a good result in our laboratory, and for June, of course, we will have this available on several devices, including interactive whiteboard. As well as the GA date, I mean 14 June is the GA date of this functionality. Some are already available in the fast channel release of the Mago Room version of Windows. If you install the fast channel, you have a lot of the functionality presented this morning. But with MagoLink, you cannot use the in-room AV. Come across as just a wireless screen sharing platform. Cannot use the in-room AV. No, if you have Mago Room and you send the link from your Outlook in the web page, let me share again. So if you go here, magolink.com, and now I'm adding file view for SB. Now here I can put the link of my meeting. An example, I have this meeting. I want to copy this link, and or using this meeting ID and passcode. Now copying link and pasting here. This meeting is starting on my meeting room device. And this is available if you have Mago Room. If you just have Mago Link, you can paste the link, and if you have Teams installed on your PC, then Teams is starting. Maybe that you don't have the control, because this control happens only if you have Mago Room, but you can start, and if you have mouse and keyboard, you can also use on your device. And of course, you have also the screen sharing. Same with Zoom, same with any other platform. All right, so there are no other questions. Okay, so this session is recorded. I will send you a link, and then you can send to your colleagues and your partners. And for any question, you can write an email directly to me or to our generic email that is info@rimago.com. Thank you.